Now, in this video lesson, we shall design a Java program by making the use of jCheckBox controls. So we have to start a new project, Java application, and the name of the project we want to assign is checkbox controls. Finish. Okay, so first of all we have to take a JFrame form. Name of the form is, by default, it is new JFrame. Okay, now the form is displayed here. First of all, let us take a JPanel control, select its properties, and in border, select the border to be titled border, and title we want to display is games of your interest. Okay, now in this JPanel, what we want to do is we want to put 4 checkboxes. So select the checkbox, first checkbox, one more checkbox, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 checkboxes are selected, and let us change the text property of the checkboxes, and we want to display the names of different games. First option is for cricket, second option is for football, third option is for basketball, and fourth option is for hockey. Actually, when the user runs this application, he or she selects different games. As we have taken the example of checkboxes, recall that checkboxes, in case of checkboxes, out of the given checkboxes, the user may select any number of checkboxes, whereas in case of JRadio buttons, user were able to select one and only one JRadio button option from the given choices. So here, when the user runs this application, then he or she may select cricket as well as football, as well as basketball, or as well as hockey, or any combinations. So we have to check that which particular options has been selected by the user. So let us take one label, or actually labels, without labels we can do it. Let us take a text field, and in this text field we want to display all the options that have been selected by the user. Okay, we shall take one more one button, radio button, this J button. So under the text field we want to keep it blank. Okay, and we want to change the text property of the button. Click here. Okay, a Java programming language has the tradition of naming the variables. For example, this is first jCheckBox control, so its name by default is jCheckBox1. We can change these names as required, so let us change them. What we have to do is select the control, jCheckBox control, properties, and here in code particular property, that is variable name. Here we have the Java has assigned the name of the variable as jCheckBox1, so we have to change it. It's not required always, but this time we want to change them as per we have assigned here JCB1, the name for first jCheckBox control. Okay, in the same fashion, let us change the name, variable names of other jCheckBox controls. So it will be JCB2 for second control, jCheckBox control, and JCB3 for third control, and JCB4 properties, JCB4 for fourth control. Okay, now again for text field also we want to assign the name of the text field as JTF1, for example, JText field 1, JTF1. Okay, now we have to write the appropriate codes. So what we want to check is that which particular options have been selected by the user. For that we need to write some codes. So in the action performed event of the J button control, so first of all let us declare a string variable, string, and we are writing it to be OPT, and initially we want to assign here your interest or you play. That is the string we have assigned to the string variable. Okay, now first of all we have to check whether the user has selected the first option, that is the cricket option. If it is selected by the user, then how would we check it? We have to use JCB1, that is the name of the jCheckBox control 1, JCB1 dot. Remember, in case of J radio buttons, we use the isSelected method to check whether the radio button has been selected by the user or not. So same isSelected method is to be used. Is selected if JCB1 dot is selected. This is selected method will return true if the user has selected the first option, that is cricket. So if it is so, then we want to add cricket to the string. Okay, in the same fashion we want to check for second option also. If JCB2 dot is selected, and in case of second checkbox we have football, so we shall add comma football, and for third option we have to equal to, we have to put equal to assign here, we want to assign. Okay, now for Control C, Control V, for third checkbox, that is JCB3 dot is selected. Now we have, in case of third checkbox we have basketball, and in fourth checkbox we have hockey. So we shall append here comma basketball, and in case of fourth checkbox control, whose name we have assigned JCB4, if it is selected then it is hockey. The choice is hockey. Okay, now with the help of all these four options, with the help of all these 4 if statements, we shall check that which particular jCheckboxes are selected. Now remember that here we have not used else if statements, because recall from the previous lessons that in case of if, else statements, only one particular block is selected depending upon the condition. If the first condition is true, then the first block is selected. If the first condition is false, then second condition is checked. If it is true, then second block is executed, second block of the statements is executed and others are discarded. But it will not be the case. Here the choices may be more than one, so we have to use here if statement. That's why we have used the if statements here. Now in the jText-box 1, we want to, now let us check what was the name of the checkbox control. So it is JTB1, jText-box 1. So we shall write here JTB1 dot set text, and OPT is the string that we want to put or assign to the jText-box 1. Now let us run this program and see how it works. Okay, check how this program works. Okay, now if the user selects the cricket option and click here, you play cricket. Okay, now the user may select more than one options, football, cricket as well as football. So it's showing you play cricket and football. If you deselect the first option, then you check that you play football. Now you pick first option is selected, second option is selected, third option is selected, fourth option is selected. That is, you play cricket, football, basketball and hockey. If we omit this, if we remove the selection, then we find here that you play cricket, football and hockey. So what we've done is basically we have used the is selected method, and as we had done in case of JRadio buttons, and this method is used to check whether the user has selected this particular checkbox control or not. In the next video lesson we shall learn about a complete example based on the CBSE pattern, where we shall be using the jCheckbox controls and JRadio button controls and with some other controls.